What's happening, everybody? So you've heard the rumors, you've seen the headlines about the Bay Area exodus. It's that nagging thought that hits you every darn time you pay your rent or you see that starter home that pops up in your neighborhood. And you think to yourself, is there an escape? Is there a place that's actually not too far away where your buddy could actually buy you a life and not just a shoebox? And everyone keeps whispering to you about that greater Sacramento area, don't they? Just 90 miles away, but it might as well seem like a whole different universe when it comes to cost of living. But is the dream real? Is Sacramento truly the affordable haven for Bay Area refugees, or is it just a slightly cheaper version of the same California cost crisis? Today, we're not dealing in rumors. We're doing a brutal side-by-side comparison. We're going to show you exactly what your money buys you in the Bay Area versus what it gets you out here in Sacramento. From $1 million shack to a $500,000 palace, the numbers don't lie. And what you're about to see might just convince you to move here like it did for me. You guys, I'm Barry Caston. I'm a local real estate advisor, but most importantly, I'm a very proud girl dad. In this video, we're going to dissect the cost of living between the Bay Area and this greater Sacramento area. So like, subscribe, looking to be the #1 relocating channel here on YouTube for people moving from the Bay to the greater Sac. So definitely like and subscribe and follow, because I'm going to be bringing you guys nothing but value. Believe that. So let's get right to it. The #1 reason people are fleeing the Bay Area is housing. It's the soul-crushing, dream-killing expense that defines life there. The difference between the two markets isn't just a gap, it's literally reality. Let's talk median home prices, especially as of early as 2026. In San Francisco, the median home price is floating around 1.3 to 1.4 million. Now just think about that. That's the middle. In other core Bay Area spots like San Jose, it's even higher. So what does $1.5 million get you? In many desirable neighborhoods, you're looking at 2 bedrooms, maybe 3, often under 1,500 square feet. It comes with 1, maybe 2 bathrooms, questionable plumbing, no garage, and a yard, the yard, the size of a darn welcome mat. It's the classic $1 million shack. Now let's take that 90-mile drive northeast and welcome to Sacramento County, baby. As of 2026, the median home price here is around $472,000 to $529,000. That is not a typo. Your money literally goes nearly 3 times as far. For a budget of around $550,000 to $600,000 in Sacramento suburbs like Elk Grove or Roseville, you're not buying a fixer-upper, you're buying a modern 2,000 plus square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house with a 2-car garage and a backyard for your dog and maybe even a pool. For that price of a cramped condo in San Jose, you could get a literal estate on a 1-acre lot in the greater Sacramento area. The rental market tells the exact same story. As of the early 2026, rent in San Francisco is staggering between 70.7% higher than in Sacramento. A 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco will easily run you over $2,800 a month, with many sources showing vacant units asking for $3,100 or more. In Sacramento, a 1-bedroom apartment averages around $1,600. You are paying nearly double for the privilege of living in less space. This isn't an exaggeration. It's a mathematical reality for thousands of people making the move. The overall cost of living in San Francisco is about 32% higher than in Sacramento, but that number is deceptively low because it's averaged out. When you isolate housing, the difference is astronomical. It's the difference between being a renter for life and being a homeowner with actual financial breathing room. So when we talk about the brutal comparison, this is it. It's a choice between a tiny, wildly expensive slice of the Bay Area or a comfortable, spacious home in a thriving city with hundreds of thousands of dollars left in your pocket to save. The numbers are so stark, they almost seem fake, but they are very, very real. Let me tell you, they are very, very real. Gas, groceries, and utilities, let me tell you. Groceries, they say on average that you're gonna be saving somewhere close to 14% when it comes to groceries in the out here in the greater Sacramento as compared to the Bay Area. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that I haven't seen that much of a change. Things like coffee, bread, and even a simple pizza are consistently more expensive in the Bay. A dinner for two at a mid-range restaurant in San Francisco will cost about 39.4% more than the same meal in Sac. Now that I have seen. I have seen that you do save a little bit more money out here in Sac than you would in like a bigger city like San Francisco. And that's a huge difference every single time you decide to dine out. But no matter what, in this economy, no matter where you put yourself, it's still going to cost a lot with inflation and all those different tariffs. It just feels like everything costs money. Now let's talk utilities. Utilities are definitely something to talk about out here. Now, you definitely save when it comes to the housing prices out here, but let me tell you something. You are literally paying 8% to 12.5% higher living out here when it comes to utilities than in the Bay Area. Here's the reason why. Out here we have heat. Where there's heat, there's AC. So even though it is a blessing to have AC in this heat, you are going to be spending more money on utilities being out in this area as compared to being in the Bay Area. So yes, you save money in housing, but you definitely save money on utilities when it comes to the Bay, because in the Bay, as you guys know, we just don't run AC and stuff like that. And transportation, this is a mixed bag out here, but the Bay Area is almost always more expensive. While a gallon of gas costs roughly the same, the cost of driving in the Bay are way higher. Out here, guys, we don't really have bridge tolls. We don't have stuff like that that you really have to think about. There's not a lot of pay for parking out here. So when it comes to transportation, you're gonna be saving a lot more money moving out here when it comes to transportation costs like bridge tolls, parking, gas, and etc., because everything is in a more confined space and you're not paying all those different fees like tolls and stuff like that like you do when you're in the Bay Area. So while your summer utility bills might be higher in Sacramento, nearly every other daily expense from your morning coffee to your weekly grocery run is cheaper. Combine those savings with the massive drop in housing costs and the financial picture becomes crystal clear. The Sacramento lifestyle allows for a level of spending and saving that it's simply impossible for most people in the Bay Area. Check this out, guys. We're breaking down all the numbers, but I want to hear from you. If you are living in the Bay Area and feeling that squeeze, have you already made the move to Sacramento or somewhere else? Drop a comment down below and share your story. What was the biggest cost of living that shocked you? And if you're finding this breakdown valuable and are tired of rumors and want real data, do me a favor and slam that subscribe button. I drop videos like this all the time to help you make smarter decisions about where you live and how you build your wealth, especially when it comes to relocating from the Bay Area to the greater Sacramento area. I'm going to be your source. I want to be your source. Yes, indeed. All right, so let's talk about the lifestyle. What's your weekend worth? Beyond the raw numbers, there's the question of lifestyle. What do you get for your money when it comes to entertainment, recreation, and just living? This is where the comparison becomes less about dollars and more about what you truly value. Let's start with what you're giving up. The Bay Area is a world-class cultural hub. There's no denying that whatsoever. You have access to Michelin-star restaurants, iconic landmarks, and global tech headquarters. That energy comes with a price tag, though. A movie ticket, a yoga class, or taking your kids to a museum is more expensive in the Bay than it is out here. On average, these kinds of goods and services are about 8 to 11% pricier in the San Francisco and across the Bay Area. But what do you gain in Sacramento? First, a more relaxed pace of life. It's what transplants call a breath of fresh air, and I can contest to that 100%. Believe that. And it's a real feeling. Instead of intense competition, there's a stronger sense of community. Sacramento has also built an incredible identity of its own. It's known out here as America's farm to fork capital, and its food scene is celebrated with an emphasis on fresh local ingredients that are way more affordable than the Bay. Sac is literally stepping up on this. When I literally moved out here, there are thousands of restaurants out here that are graded a C, but I have now found my staples in the greater Sacramento area, and they are absolutely to die for. More videos on that to come, so stay tuned. For outdoor lovers, the trade-off is massive. While the Bay has beautiful coastlines, Sacramento is a gateway to a different kind of outdoor paradise. You are minutes from two major rivers, the American and the Sacramento, perfect for boating and kayaking and paddleboarding. Folsom Lake is right there for water sports, and here's a big one. You are a straight shot with no Bay Bridge traffic to the Sierra Nevada mountains like Lake Tahoe. Literally, Tahoe's like a day trip. It's just one of those things you just randomly get up to do. Unlike the Bay Area, where if you get to Tahoe, you're definitely packing and getting ready for that 4 hour drive. Trust me, I've done that multiple times. So living out here, you definitely get the best of all worlds. Healthcare is another critical piece of lifestyle. On average, healthcare costs are higher in the Bay Area. A dentist visit can be 40% more expensive in San Francisco than in Sacramento. These are all real costs that can affect your family's budget and well-being. Ultimately, it comes down to this. Do you value the high energy, high cost prestige of the Bay Area, or do you value more space, less stress, and easy access to the outdoors, all without breaking the bank? For a growing number of people, the answer is becoming obvious. They're choosing the backyard over the bay view, the river over the ocean fog, and the financial freedom to actually enjoy their life. So hear me out, because I'm gonna end it like this. I'm gonna put it all together. The overall cost of living in San Francisco is more than 30% higher than the greater Sacramento area. But even that number doesn't tell the full story. To have the same standard of life you have in Sacramento, you need a much higher income in San Francisco. The brutal truth is that housing is the anchor weighing down the Bay Area dream. With median home prices that are nearly 3 times higher, it forces a lifestyle of constant compromise, financial stress, and for many, the end of the dream of ever owning a home. Sacramento isn't a magic bullet whatsoever. It's still in California, and its cost of living is higher than the national average. But for anyone feeling trapped by the Bay Area's impossible economics, it represents a real achievable solution. It's a place where a good job can actually buy you a great life, not just pay your bills. You get more space, more financial freedom, and a vibrant city with its own identity, all while keeping the Bay Area just a day trip away. The exodus isn't just a trend, it's a logical choice based on overwhelming financial evidence. The rumors are true, the savings are real, and for anyone doing the math, the conclusion is impossible to ignore. You guys, I'm Joubert Caston. Do me a favor, if this video meant something to you, like, subscribe, follow my channel. You guys get ready for the next video because I'm doing nothing but bringing you value so you all know that when it comes to relocating, I'm your man. Take care.